Hi everybody, Ben here from Art Less Ordinary. So, I'm trying to do something different, but instead I've gone back to another flip cup tonight, just because I wanted to use colours that I did once before in a flip cup, and they worked out really, really well. So I wanted to try them again in this new... I feel like I've got my recipe a little bit more perfected now. So I wanted to do it with these three colours on a big canvas, because the last one was on a small canvas. So hopefully I get similar results, maybe even better. Hoping. So I'm not going to use the white with these because I'm using yellows. It's already going to be a little bit light anyway. So in total, I just have 3 cups, which is cool yellow, warm yellow, and dark blueberry, which is grey. I can't get this one at the moment, which is a little bit disappointing because I absolutely adore it, but I'm having trouble getting hold of it. So a lot of paints here are really hard to get at the moment, so I'm kind of just grabbing what I can get when I can get it. So I've got those 3 colours, and they are mixed 70 grams paint to 70 grams Elmer's clear glue pouring medium. So it's 70% clear glue, 30% water. So ultimately I have 140 grams in each cup, and I've got 3 cups. I am going to put in... I'm going to put in 4 drops of Helmar's silicone oil in them. So I don't put it all in the one spot. I put it in different spots around the cup. And the silicone oils are absolutely brilliant. So this wasn't very expensive to buy, and it's... I don't even know how much I've used, but I've hardly used any. It still feels really heavy. So it goes a really, really long way. So sometimes if you see a silicone, because I am going to try and get another different brand one, just so I can see what differences they make. I am also going to do this thicker mixture that I've been using lately on 2 small canvases, and do one with the silicone oil and one with the hair serum, but that's for another time, and see what results I get there. So these are, with the yellow, I did add a little bit less paint, and so I only used 65 grams paint, but I still filled it to 140 grams in total with the pouring medium, only because it's my old global paints, and I've had them a few years now, so they're really old, so they've thickened up. All of my globals have thickened up, so that's why you got to just adjust it to... well, what's happened here? So the weather has absolutely changed in a matter of the last couple of days. Normally it's been very cold. It's been winter here, and I've been doing most of my pourings in the cooler weather. It has suddenly warmed up. Today, when I was outside, my car kept saying it was 30 outside, so it's been a warm day. That's not actually very warm for where I live. Where I live, we'll get to the extremes. I'll get a few 40, 45, 46 degrees Celsius days here. So I'm going to have to see how things behave a little bit differently in that environment. But as I can see, I've already getting where I stirred the paints. I'm getting a little bit drying on the side of the cup, because I always make my paints up a bit earlier and let them settle for 2 reasons. 1, they thicken up, and 2, it means that I hopefully get less air bubbles. That one has thickened up a little bit. And that has a little bit. And that hasn't. They've thickened up tiniest bit, but I'm not going to stress over that. It's not enough for me to really be overly concerned about. So we're going to do a 3 cup flip cup. I kind of like the 3 cups because the paint's even on the canvas and I get kind of the 2 cool join lines. Yep, sorry, I'm just checking how the recording's going, but I'm so thrilled with all my flip cups. That's the greens. So see how the 2 lines are kind of 1/3 in either side. I'm liking that that style. Same thing with the black one. They're relatively 1/3 in. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm a good believer in it. Things don't have to look perfect. Pretty good is usually good enough. And that's my blue one that I did, which is, I'm pretty sure it's dry, but I don't want to touch it too much. So, I don't know if you can tell, but see, there is a difference between the green and the blue. The camera doesn't always pick it up as good, but there is a distinct difference between them with human eyes. Camera lenses sometimes change the colors a little bit. Depending on the camera, you got some cameras that can't pick up reds very well and some cameras that can't pick up blues as well. It's just what happens depending on the lenses. So when I do my plant photography, I had the same issue. I got some cameras won't pick up the reds vibrantly, and some cameras don't pick up the blues and purples too well. So this is virtually just the same type of thing. It's just what happens. So I do have my mobile phone, which I do my recordings on and I take photos on. But occasionally I'll get out my proper adjustable lens camera and I will do photos with that. Just hoping to get... I only use the real camera if I get colours that aren't actually becoming... They're not turning out properly. Sorry. I started pouring, so my lack of concentration kicked in. I was thinking of pouring and not actually what I was talking about. So, just pouring these in, trying to keep the colours a little bit separate. I'm thinking I'm going to get 3 to 4 layers. I'm trying to go a little bit easy on the layers this time, so I can get 4 of them in. But I'll see as I go. So again, I didn't bother spraying. I haven't sprayed my cups with the silicone oil or the silicone spray for a little bit. I might try it again to see whether it gave me different effects or not. But I don't know whether it was giving me different colours or different cell formations because of the silicone in the cup. So I'm going to try it again soon. But for today, I'm doing it without. Because the cups are going to be pretty full. So there's not really a lot of movement going to happen anyway. But when I did a flip cup with these colours before, it was really pretty. So I'm hoping to get similar results, but better. Because the cells in that one, they were okay. Some cells were actually fantastic, but other cells weren't so much. So I thought if I do it this way, I might be able to get... I'm not going to be able to do... I don't know how that happened, but I've used up most of my paint already, so I'm only getting 2 layers, not 3. Oh well. I suppose now that I look back at my cups, they are about half empty. Oh well, 2 will be enough. But yeah, I'm hoping this looks a little bit like a bumblebee type of pour, flip cup pour. I'd like to use black, but I hesitate using black with the yellow, and it changes the colour of it and makes it go a weird colour. I first didn't realise why I was getting weird colours when I had black and yellow mixed together, but I saw a video from Julie Cuts in Pouring Your Heart Out, and she mentioned that it makes a weird green, and it kind of does make a weird yellowy green colour. So once I learnt that, I stopped putting them next to each other. Alright, we're going to go this side first because this side's the fullest. But the grey shouldn't do that as much because it's different, it's not black. So the only opaque colour I have here is the grey. The other 2 are either transparent or semi-transparent. I'd have to double check the bottles. But yes, I'm going to have to actually see how the hot weather, because I have an air conditioner, but I never really use it. Where we live, most of us are pretty used to the heat. So, alright, the little middle cup has got less in it. Alrighty. Any other bits? Sorry, just making sure I've got no fluff or dust that's fallen on the canvas. Double checking I'm recording. Yep. Sorry, I do that a lot now because 1 or 2 videos stopped recording halfway through and I couldn't actually put the video up. So I was really disappointed. So I thought I'm going to just check each time before I do the actual flipping. Alright, here we go. Oh, look at those. They look really, to me, they look really bumblebee. Even though there's no black in it, it still gives you that kind of bumblebee look to it. Ooh. So I have brought a few more paints recently because the shop had a sale on. So I got a few other paints. I just was a bit restricted with colours. But I was able to buy a couple of different brands, so that just gives me a chance to try a couple of different things, see how they work out. I got some high flow paints as well. They're a little bit more challenging to work with. They make beautiful work, but they're still a little bit challenging. They're just so fluid. Alright, I think we're about time. So again, I'm going to flip it and then put the excess on the corners so you guys can hop out of the way. And my trays are drying a little bit quicker now as well because of the warmer weather. I don't know, it's giving me that kind of weird greeny colour. So that grey looks like it has the same effect as the black can do on the yellow. Who knows, we'll see it as it dries. But I don't know if you can see it in your camera lens, but see how that's kind of like a greeny yellow? It's what I didn't really want. But if I get nice or warm yellow and other yellow cells come through, then that might not be too bad. Because that's where some colours become challenging, really. Lots of cells are coming up already, which can be good and bad as well. But this is what you got to do sometimes. You got to try some of the colours, and I avoided colours because I found them challenging to work with, but you sometimes can still use them. You just got to pick what you use with them. So like when I do oranges, I find that, got an eyelash here. When I use oranges, I have a bit of issue, but I found if I use oranges with not a lot of other colours, then it works well. Same with green. You got to pick what you put with green and pick what you put with orange. I find them probably two of the harder colours to work with. I love using black, but you got to be careful it doesn't take over. So you really got to learn your colours of your paints too. It's not just a matter of chucking all different colours in a cup and hoping for the best. You got to work out what you can put next to each other too, which is all the fun about it. Okay, so I am going to come down to the bottom first. So I'm just going to move it bit by bit. The paints look like they have thickened up. You can tell by the way that they're actually moving on the canvas. So I'm going to go over this bottom corner here. Over. And come back. And then move it slightly this way. I've got a feeling they're going to behave a little bit too thick for me. Alright, that's over. We will see. Sometimes you can kind of tell how the pour is going to go as it's developed, as you're doing it. I'm slightly concerned it's going to be a little bit different to what I envisioned, but sometimes pours can actually be that way anyway. But I can feel the paint is thick, it's heavy. Over that corner. Come back down. Then I'm going to head up this way. Over, come back. Yeah. It's moving quite not how I would have preferred it to move on the canvas. Oh well, it might look better once I've torched it. So pick the right coloured finger. That corner, oh, the very bottom needed some. That one looks okay actually. So it has kind of gone a little bit green. And kind of like a khaki type of green. So, note to self, the yellow and the grey do mix together to make colours. Now, I would have liked to have gotten rid of this cell and that cell, but there was no way I was going to get rid of them without pouring off all the paint. So, oh well, take it as it goes. So the reason I have to use my lighter is my little torch gun doesn't ignite by itself anymore, and the shop that I brought it from has run out, so I can't go get another one just yet. So I just have to use my lighter to light it, which isn't very hard to do. Also means I've got, instead of buying another gas torch, I've got more money to buy more paints. That sounds like a win-win to me. Alrighty. So let's just hope that we can get some really cool of the orange and the bright yellow cells come up. Well, orange is the warm yellow. So I can feel it is thick, even with the cells. I'm having to get closer to get any to come through. So I am getting cells, but I'm getting a lot of grey cells come through over the grey. So I reckon if I had have had 3 layers, it might have turned out a little bit more better. See, I love these ones, how you get these bright coloured ones that are coming through the grey, but I'm only getting them in spots. So all through here, I'm getting cells in this bit in between, but the cells that are coming up are grey over the grey. It's not pushing down deep enough to get to the other colours. Same with over here. I'm getting a few yellow ones come up, but there's a lot of grey ones that are coming up. Like you can see it's indenting, but it's just not pushing deep enough through. So I believe they thickened up too much. But it's okay. I would have to say I think the other ones that I have been doing have come out better. So maybe using the grey wasn't the best idea. Or maybe I should have added a white in there. I just didn't want to lighten the yellows too much to make it too much of a light artwork, but that could have been an option of mine. So there is lots and lots of cells. I can see them all there. They're all wanting to come through. They're just not coming through. So I'm going to scrape the edges while I see what else is happening. See if any other cells, or if it's going to push deep enough to get the other colours out. I've got most of it, so I'll probably do another scrape in a few minutes. So I don't think a lot more is going to happen. I'm getting some kind of cool lacing in spots where the grey's coming up, but there's like yellow rings, but it's not, it's different. I think it's more they're pushing into each other and making it look like lacing, but I would have loved to have got more of this here, and ones like these over here, and some of these here. But that's the part about experimenting and doing things. You don't know how it's always going to go. And even if I loved it and wanted to do this exactly the same, it may not turn out the same. That's what happens. But for now, I think we might as well say it's finished. So I'm going to bring you down for a closer look so you can actually see the details a bit better. So there you can see, it is a nice grey with colours coming through it. I'm going to come down to my favourite part first. Look at those orange ones, they're stunning. They're what I love. And then they got some nice, real beautiful yellow ones over here. And we've got more beautiful yellow ones over here. But up the top, it's just a little bit more grey with some colours. But hey, it's not complete. I don't see it as a fail. I just see it as a room for improvement. But yeah, these are my favourites. Is it going to focus? Kind of. But yeah. Overall, from a distance, it actually looks quite good. It's a bit more colourful at the bottom and a little bit more grey at the top. Kind of looks like a... I don't know. I actually don't know. Alright, thanks everyone. I hope you enjoyed. Like normal, subscribe, share, like, comment, and I hope to see you again tomorrow. Alright, have a great night. Bye.